Brace yourselves, this is going to be a good one. Sync is a tag word introduced in Bakugan Armored Alliance that reads, you may reveal a card that costs X for Y. Sync isn't just determined by how much energy a card costs. It can ask you to reveal a card of a certain faction, or reveal a card with the same name as the card you played. This video should help with building decks based around Sync, as you're about to see some broken as hell cards. And like last time, this video uses Fusions' Bakugan Seasons rules, and so if you want to read the full rules, his Discord will be down below. So what factions do we need? Obviously, Ventus, Darkus, and Aquos. I mean, you probably read the title. This segment has 6 Bakugan up for showcase, but you can use whoever you want. An obvious first pick is Aquos, Hijinks, and Crocelios from the set LE. Well-rounded stats without the reliance on cores, and he can fuse for free when he lands on an orange shield. Because you can fuse him practically instantly, his fuse side is what we're going to be looking at, since it's in play for pretty much the whole game. You're looking at 1500B and 10 damage on a plus 500B for Fusion Core, which for the Jax Films fans in the comments, Fusion Cores only add the B power when your Fusion Bakugan is face side up, as you start in the single faction side, aka face side down. Next up, we have Aquos Hijinks from Armored Elite. He's an old and musty boy, but he can still work thanks to how well his stats aged. Because he has a Helix core, he's also extremely versatile. You can either go for 1500B and 6 damage, or you can counter Might of Syndia's decks with 700B and 14 damage. He also has a Diamond Evo from Fusion Force, which increases his base stats to 1100B and 6 damage, while his core bonus is double, which means he can either be at 2700B and 11 damage, or he can shred through your opponent's deck with 1600B and 21 damage. Although the Evo is a 6 cost, so it's unlikely you're going to get this out decently quick. There's also the options for Darkus Genesis Nilius and Ventus Platinum Blitzfox if you're using Hydronoid, or Ventus Platinum Neo Trux and Darkus Nilius EV if you're using Hydorus. The former two work fantastically with Hydra's effect and core lineup, while Hydra gives back with his orange shields to increase their B power. The latter two I chose for the same reason. Although Trux isn't the best for his job, he could still deliver with 2 Helix Baku-Cores. You also have one of the best Bakugan to utilize Green Fist Baku-Cores in Core Nilius, with a plus 100B when he lands on set court. Take a shot for every time I say core in this segment. For this video, we're going with the orange shield based version, because for a game with a 40 card deck limit like Bakugan, you're going to want some room for some good cards instead of the Diamond Hydorus Evo. On to the ability cards. We are going to start with the bread and butter cards, aka cards you should always run the maximum number of copies of. In Bakugan Pro's case, it's 3 copies max. These bread and butter cards are Howling Shell Bomb, or HSB as we're going to call it for the remainder of the video, Falling Strike, Aqua Freeze Beam, and Dark Disaster. Falling Strike plus HSB is the best combo of cards in the entire game, because it's a free plus 1000 B power. Falling Strike is a no-cost card which allows you to reveal a card that costs 5 energy for 5 damage, and HSB's secondary effect reads, if another card causes you to reveal this card from your hand, you may play this for free. I think you know where this is going. You can get a free 1100 B power and 5 damage on the first turn. And given the deck we're going with, that only screams free win. The other 2 cards are also good for getting out HSB because of how cheap they are to play, especially Aqua Freeze Beam, which is a plus 1500B combo with HSB, and with Dark Disaster allowing hand coverage while both B power and damage are raised from both cards. This next card is so broken, you are limited to 1 copy of it in Seasons. The card is Title Cannon, and basically it adds 3000 B power to your Bakugan space stats while attached. There's a reason why you can't attach more than 1 Baku-Gear unless this dual Baku-Gear symbol pops up, and this is it right here. A problem I do have of it though is it's an 8 cost, so it's more of a late game enabler. Another limited to 1 card we're using is Wings of Aquos LE, because of its effect allowing the attached Bakugan to add another Baku-Core from the field when landing on an orange shield. And given the fact that we have 6 orange shields, the effect is very likely to go off. You also have 2 other gear cards in Vortex Blaster and Terran Vitalizer. Vortex Blaster is another HSB enabler, while Terran Vitalizer can be stacked on top of it thanks to its dual Baku-Gear ability, while also providing energy coverage for Title Cannon and draw coverage, and that leaves at least 19 cards in the deck. For your flip cards, Pact of Darkness is always a must if you're running Darkest, so definitely run 3. It is easily the best flip in the game as it can help get rid of any flip cards in your hand thanks to its sacrifice ability. Flip cards cannot be played from the hand, they can only be played while taking damage, so having a card that can clean your hand while saving you from potential death is a must run. Other flips I'd recommend are Obscuring Evade and Fusion Mud Shield. I'd run 2 of both because both cards can stop the best decks in Bakugan in the game for no cost while having more room for crazier cards. And to cap this segment off, we have our Troll card in Swamp Trap, 2 hero cards in Shunkazami Bakugan Resurgence and Winston Supercharged, and our 2 rerolls in Deep Dive and Dark Waters. Swamp Trap is a crazy troll card. You spend 4 energy, negates any opposing action card, and the card allows you to recharge your energy cards, which is the equivalent of playing this card for free. You uncharge 4 energy cards to pay for it, then after you negate the card, you can recharge up to 4 energy cards you spent to gain the energy back. For those reasons alone, you should definitely run 3 Swamp Traps. Winston Supercharged, like Tidal Cannon and Wings of Aquas, is so broken that it's limited to 1 copy. Instead of playing your action cards and sending them to your discard pile, Winston Supercharged lets you play your action cards and energizes them uncharged, meaning a simple Falling Strike and HSB combo can give you 2 energy cards to recharge at the end of the turn. Oh, also, it lasts for as long as it's on the field. Energy ramming in this deck isn't necessary, but it is helpful in getting Tidal Cannon out. Shunkazami from Bakugan Resurgence, on the other hand, is a phenomenal card for hand coverage. I've mentioned it a few times on this channel, and for good reason. It is easily one of the best hero cards in the game and can help you draw the bread and butter cards faster thanks to its on-open ability. Dark Waters and Deep Dive are your 2 rerolls. They're both 1-cost cards, with Deep Dive having the ability to draw an extra card, and Dark Waters helps with beat power coverage, in case you don't have HSB in your hand. These are especially useful for when your opponent's Bakugan removes your Baku-Core on open, because that's fairly common in the meta we're in right now, aka the meta we've been in for at least 2 years. And finally, your Baku-Cores. This part is going to get complicated for all the newbies, because all of our Bakugan have orange shields, we're going to use 6 orange shields. Why? Because your team's required Baku-Cores are located on the top right of each character card. And because all of our Bakugan have orange shields, we have to run 6 orange shields. The Baku-Cores we're running are 1 plus 500 beat power for Fusion, 1 plus 400 beat power for Aquas and Darkest, 1 plus 400 beat power for Aquas and Ventus, 1 plus 400 B for Darkest and Ventus, 1 plus 200 B and minus 2 energy for Baku-Gear cards, and 1 minus 300 B. These are all orange shield Baku-Cores that mostly benefit you, but they can somewhat also screw up your opponent. The minus 2 energy for Baku-Gear core is mainly there to help you get out Tidal Cannon, Vortex Blaster, Wings of Aquas, and Terran Vitalizer. That should be all for this video. I know it's hard for my audience to take in all of Bakugan Pro's terms and rules, but if there are any concerns, me or other Bakugan Pro players are always happy to help people learn the game. Fusion Z's Discord is also in the description below if you want to learn the game and brawl virtually. There are also many tutorials on how to play the game. Just don't watch my tutorials kinda sucked.